Glenn, Montgomery Wick, to go because he wants to kill Bill Paxton. So that makes sense that he's going. But throughout this movie, you get, I don't know, I feel bad for Malcolm and Cyril. I feel bad for Kareem that just get wiped out because of their, Chris O'Donnell's like, come risk your life so I can save my sister. And then he gets mad at people. He's like, what would you do? And they're like, well, I don't know your sister. Like, I'm not going to, like, it's, right?
So I think part of this is especially, and I'm never going to climb a mountain. As much as I would like to do that, that's never going to be in my future to go climb K2 or Mount Everest or something. But it's like, I think these people get such extreme highs from risking their lives that, you've put in years of training and you get up there and all of a sudden a storm blows in off of, a crazy storm blows in, and then, you're faced with, do you keep going and risk it or do you turn back? And it's like, I think a lot of these people, common sense doesn't necessarily prevail and they keep pushing forward. So it's like them continuing to go up the summit. Like, I completely buy into that.
Got it.
And it's like, it's really interesting. Like, especially if you look back, and I got stuck in a Wikipedia black hole the other night looking at like all the deaths of people on these mountains, ranging from like all the like 14,000 peaks or whatever there are in the world. And there's like hundreds of people that have died going up these mountains that have got stuck in avalanches or literally just fallen off the face of the cliff. It's like, I think they all just get these crazy rides from it, from, being daredevils, getting up this mountain.
Yeah, that makes sense. I do like that they spent a decent amount of time getting to know Cyril and Malcolm. We get
I think they're my two most underrated characters in the movie, which is really crazy because they're so outlandish and wild and perverted, but then they're the only two that actually join to do the right thing.
Yeah.
I mean, other than Peter, and then I guess Skip was originally going to go with them as well before Montgomery Wick said no, which was a bad idea as well. But it's like those were like those two brothers, like, when O'Donnell's asking for everyone to join in, they're like, oh, why would we do this? And then they start calling everyone like bloody wankers, like, what's wrong with you? And they're like, we're in.
I dug that. And I loved how I kind of like when so the brother Cyril said something to Monique and Monique knocks him out. Yes. And then I love that Ben Mendelsohn just starts laughing. He's like, yeah, you earned that. Like that's amazing. And then later on, he says something to her and she flicks him off. So maybe they're harmless dudes. They're just mountain weirdos who live up on K2, the base camp there, because they seem to have a permanent residence there.
It seems like it.
I mean, they're distilling hooch in the beginning, listening to country music with a Bob Marley flag while being naked and cucumbers in their eyes.
Yes, at like 30 degrees.
It's so weird. But this movie did a good job letting you spend enough time with some of these supporting. I mean, Kareem, you never get to know. Then you never really get to know McLaren, so I wouldn't say they get too much time. But I don't know. Skip gets a lot of time too on there, which is random. All right. I know every movie has to have this, but how in the heck did Chris O'Donnell woo Monique in like 36 hours? Or maybe close knit. That was like a forced relationship, wasn't it?
I think it's just one of those things that they both survived a near-death experience, and it's like the Keanu Reeves, Sandra Bullock thing in Speed.
Ah, yeah, that's true. And I gotta say, I'm sorry, but a totally different train of thought, but he's a successful photographer if you shoot National Geographic in Pakistan.
Yeah, he is.
That's pretty cool. How sweet would that job be?
Well, other than possibly getting mortared to death by the Iranians on that side, I guess it would be pretty cool.
Or having nitro just laying around on people's shoes.
Jeez. Poor Skip almost lost his leg.
Did they just learn that? Like, did they just...
So I think that's one of the biggest things that people have issues with this movie is how they handle the nitroglycerin. Like, it doesn't look like Mountain Dew bubbling up out of the canister. Why did they have like vats and vats of nitro just sitting in that military base, not under like guard and lock and key?
And wouldn't Dynamite have done the same exact thing?
That's the question as well. Why didn't they just get a bunch of dynamite sticks
Like nitro
instead
would be
of
good.
raw
Yeah.
nitroglycerin?
And terrible canisters. It's like they put like acid into, I don't know, like a plastic bottle. Well, no, they do that, but you know what I mean. Just like something with no lid, I guess. Like it's like carrying around, I don't know. It's like driving on a racetrack with a coffee cup with no lid. Essentially, is what they're doing.
I mean, you would think that you would. I don't know. Like I was trying to explain this to my wife. It's like I feel like they did have lids on these canisters, but because it was getting warm or in the sun, it was raising the temperature, which was making it more volatile, and then like expanding and bubbling out of the canister. But I still don't understand how it didn't seal. I don't know why it was necessarily bubbling, because I don't believe nitro does that. Yeah. I mean, it's all dramatic effect, of course, but that is probably that's the hardest thing to buy into. But I still thought it was cool.
If the nitro, sorry, I kept trying to step on you, my bad. The nitro, if they could carry it in a tiny container, like we don't have dynamite, well, you can keep this vat, like this hand grenade size thing of nitro with you. Does that make sense? And but it's very volatile.
They didn't need a 20-pound canister to carry up the mountain.
Yeah, and when you see the final explosion at the end, like dynamite would have done the trick.
And the final explosion, so he unscrews the cap, he pours it into the snow, and it looks like just a big old puddle of Mountain Dew. But it's like he dumps that whole canister in there, and it's a decent sized explosion that blows the opening of that crevasse apart. But still, it's nothing compared to when the canister falls out of Cyril's pack.
Oh,
with him and Monique hanging on the side. Like, that's the biggest explosion on a mountainside in the history of explosions on mountainsides.
I've seen it, so I've watched this movie a lot, and I keep yelling for damn Cyril to just drop down and grab the rope. Instead, he turns around and freezes. He should just jump down and grab the rope, right? With
One
Monique.
would have thought, yes.
Listen, here's the thing. I have never been climbing on K2 after a massive explosion when a giant avalanche is coming towards me, so I can't woulda, coulda, shoulda, but...
Yeah, I mean, hindsight's always 20/20. I'm sure halfway down his fall, he was probably thinking, he probably should have dropped. Just grabbed that rope.
I hate when people say that, though. I would have done this, or, if I was fighting Mike Tyson, I'd throw a rope-a-dope. No, you'd be unconscious. So, I guess that's fair.
Well, when you're fighting an avalanche, it's going to be tough, too.
Yeah, only The Rock could probably win right now against it. Maybe Statham.
They just jump over it.
Hey, so how about this? Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we will talk more Vertical Limit. Welcome back to Movies, Films, and Flicks. And I have a surprise for you, Tom. I have a surprise draft that we've been doing. So every Movies, Films, and Flicks episode, I bust a surprise draft on who's ever joining me on the podcast. And then I put it up on Movies, Films, and Flicks Facebook. So this week's draft we are drafting action films from 2000.
Oh, okay.
Now, there's a wide swath. So you can do superhero films, you could do thrillers. I'm not really, you can pick a decent amount. I'm not trying to limit what you pick, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So you could include, Battlefield Earth if you wanted.
Classic film, I might.
Yeah. So you could, you have an option. You have plenty of options to do. So, let's see.
And this is just from the year 2000.
Yeah. So we're doing a 2000 action films draft. So wait, not 2000s, 2000. So the year 2000. You can draft action movies. So I have a number between 1 and 2 up. What's the number?
I'll go 1.
I got 2, so I get the first draft. You know what? You're the guest, and I put you on the spot. I'll give you first.
Guess a number from 1 to 10. I'll pick 3. Sorry, I was thinking of a different one.
No, 2. I'm fair with this. You know what? Since you're the guest, I'll give you first draft, and it's going to be clear as day what you pick. I'm going to write it down right now because I know exactly what you're going to pick.
Do you? I mean, I could go Vertical Limit here.
No, you're not going to do that.
You don't think I'm going Vertical Limit?
No, not with your first pick.
Gosh, okay, I'm looking at a list here. I feel like you're looking at a different list.
No, 2000 action films.
I am overthinking something.
I know exactly what you're picking.
If I really want to win this, I think I got to go Gladiator.
That's exactly what I wrote down. I wish there was a way for me to show you. Here, wait. Maybe I could put my phone on. Does it matter that much to you? No, it doesn't matter that much to you, does it?
See, I'm looking at the Wikipedia list of action films from 2000, and Gladiator's not even on that list.
Yeah, so they probably did like drama, maybe something like that. I'm gonna lose here. I'm just gonna lose, but I'm gonna say Pitch Black.
Okay, that's a good one. So we're doing top 5.
Yeah, I knew you'd get Gladiator. You just won it.
Oh man, I'm gonna go another period piece. I'm gonna go Shanghai Noon.
Oh, that was gonna be my first pick, but I went with that's an underrated film right there.
It is underrated.
The whole the franchise is underrated. It's so good. Well, you just killed me again here. All right, so I'm gonna go. Jeez Louise. Well,
ooh, I think I got my next one.
Battle Royale. I'm picking.
Okay. Man.
Man.
I'm torn here between a couple.
There's some fun ones in here. Like there really is.
I don't know if this is a thriller or action movie. I guess it can be both.
What do you want? What do you got?
Oh, I'm going Patriot. Patriot.
Whoa. Dude, all right, I lost. I'm done. It's game over. I guess I'll do Crouching. You know what? I gotta do it. I gotta play smart. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Okay. Man, there's some really good action movies from 2000.
I know.
I'm looking through this stuff. Shoot. I just had one here. Oh my gosh, it just slipped my mind.
Why? I know what you're picking.
Do you?
Yeah, Gone in 60 Seconds.
I was thinking about it. I'm torn between that or I'm gonna go X-Men.
Oh man, I'm done. All right. Well, do people love Gone in 60 Seconds?
I feel like it's a polarizing movie. I think it's very similar to Vertical Limit. You either love it or you hate it.
I'm doing Charlie's Angels.
That's a bold pick.
That was a blockbuster, and I still think it's fun. Sam Rockwell's the villain. We're leaving down some pretty big movies here.
Gosh, man, there's some huge movies from this year.
Is Romeo Must Die the one where he fights the boxer, and then he fights the two guys at the end?
I believe so, yes.
Oh,
the Jet Li one.
With the NERD song playing? Something you never
I'm gonna go a movie here that I think is really underrated as well. I'm gonna go for my 5th choice. I'm gonna pick oh my gosh. I don't know.
There's Mission Impossible 2 still on the board.
Mission Impossible 2 is my least
Yeah.
liked Mission Impossible movie.
I did it all for the nookie. Oh wait,
so
no.
I feel like I can't do that movie. I just can't do it. Oh man. I'm gonna go. This could make it or break it. I'm gonna go U571.
Why did I not pick that? Oh, dude, I'm done. You have U571. That's tough. All right, so I
feel like a lot of people haven't seen that though.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and just hope. Oh no, I can't pick Hollow Man. That's such a grody film. Is Romeo the no Kiss no the one where Jet Li fights? It's the one with Bridget Fonda. That's not Romeo Must Die. I'm just gonna go. I love me some Wesley Snipes, so I'm gonna do The Art of War.
The Art of War.
No, let me read this list. Perfect Storm, Gladiator, Vertical Limit, Hollow Man, Space Cowboys, Patriot, U571, Pitch Black, Art of War, Charlie's Angels, Romeo Must Die, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Battle Royale. We don't get... obviously, we've had action films this year, for sure. But we haven't had these kind of action films in a long time. So we'll get sequels... We'll get those kind of films or comic book adaptations, but there were some pretty good action films in 2000 that came out, just sort of bonkers.
Did you mention Shaft?
I did not mention. People love that movie too.
Yeah, that was close to my number 5.
Christian Bale in there. Yep. I don't know. I know people who love Art of War. I did that. I'm done though. You have, Gladiator, Shanghai Noon, Patriot. I shouldn't even put this up. I shouldn't I should just put you for both picks.
Can I sweep the votes, or do you think Megan will vote for you for a sympathetic husband vote?
My wife does not do that. If she likes a team, and I tell her not to, because that's weird, man. Like that the poll that we just did, my mother-in-law went against me, all my cousins, a bunch of MFF contributors voted against me, but that's the way it should be. Like that, I don't want clicks voting. I want if the team you like is a team you vote for. Mm-hmm. Now, I do think Battle Royale or Pitch Black or Charlie's Angels could get me votes. So I think I have a scrappy squad. You're going to win 70-30. I have a feeling.
Man, I forgot about Tiger